Best coaches in the game, we really ain't playing. We regroup up in the Slack chat where the coaches debrief. We be piecing these puzzles, occupy the chunk of the pie. Ain't no lie when we hit the block, helmet's casket is tied. You be seeing helmet after helmet, helmet after helmet. First place, second place, fifth place, eighth place, 12th place, 15, 16, 20. So many helmets, you got blurred vision, we got too many. Get your tech. Oh man, shit. They got us fucked up. Army, regroup. We pledge always to have that edge. We don't fire warning shots. Competition just dropped. We locked and loaded before lock. Whatever the time, yeah. Do you even correlate?
Being the best requires a willingness to outwork your competition. There's always someone smarter, faster, sharper, more naturally gifted to come around.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, DFS Up North, aka Josh Thomas, here with another Four Thoughts PGA podcast. We are talking about the Valero Texas Open this week, and I am fired up. I loved last week. I love the match play. I think it's such a great concept. I think it's a fun way to play DFS, something that we don't usually get every week. It kind of tends to be a little bit of a slog at times, the same old, especially when the fields aren't great, which it's not this week, but it makes it a little bit more fun. And making it even more fun was the fact that my boy Brett 135K took down the top spot. Shared it with JT Church, but took down the top spot in the PGA 800K resurgence on 200K to first. That it was the big contest on Draftkings, first place out of 75,000 entrants. Just really excited for Brett. He wrote in there, thanks to to me. I don't know why you thank me. I mean, I put in the work every week, but you're the one that crafted that lineup. Crashed about 90, you see all the bubbles up there. But in an event like this, I think that was really the way to do it, was to try to cover all of your options here, and just all the help they provided. One thing that he did have was my boy Victor Perez, right? That blue there on the screen, that means that Perez was a core play for me last week. I had 5 guys as core plays, and Victor Perez was one of them. So I was pretty excited to see Victor get to the final 4 there. And really, I thought he had been playing pretty well coming in, but it was a game theory play, right? I thought that his group was winnable. I thought that DJ's group was beatable. I thought we could get him to the final 8. I didn't expect the final 4, but that's sort of how you kind of have to attack that event. And if you want to join us, if you want to be the next Brett, the next 135K winner, you can do so by using code UPNORTH, 10% off VIP membership. Link to our pricings in the bio. You sign up now. Actually, wait, hold up. This is coming out on Tuesday. All right. I love DFS Army, but I love you guys too. All right. And I want to help you out. So sign up tomorrow. On Wednesday, if you're only going to test us out, I think you should sign up for a month right now, but if you're only going to test us out, sign up tomorrow, Wednesday, you get 7 days. All right. 7 days. That gets you through the beginning of the Masters next week, which is a fantastic, obviously that's the first major of the year. We're super excited about it. So get in. You get those 7 days. Unfortunately, the 10% off code doesn't work for the week long. If you sign up for a month, you will get 10% off there. But if you want to be like Brett, you want to be a big winner, you want to learn what we're doing. And more importantly, all these lineups were built using our domination station. Our domination station allowed us to build, optimally last week. And again, I think that our optimizer is the best in business. Doesn't matter if it's golf, if it's NASCAR, the guys were crushing yesterday on that Monday dirt track race. If it's tennis, I know guys are playing today, looking at wins there. So doesn't matter the sport. We got MLB starting up. Join us. You can be like Brett. You can be the next guy on the Wall of Fame. Literally life-changing money, and it's happening to regular Joes like you and me. And Brett talked about here in our Slack, he was able to enter this many lineups because he had joined about a month ago and had another big win. So it can happen to you. All right. So this week we are at the Valero. All right. TPC San Antonio, weird spot for it here. Usually we get the Golf Club of Houston right before the Masters, set up a little bit differently. But yeah, TPC San Antonio this week with the Valero and the weird scheduling. And we are in San Antonio, Texas. Here's my thought. Thought number 1. All right. And this one kind of goes towards next week as well. All right. play Spieth this week, fade him next week. Ideal scenario for me is I play Spieth this week and he finishes 5th, 6th, continues to show that elite ball striking. All right. If he does that, he is going to be 20, 25. He will push 28% owned next week at the Masters. And for me, that is absolute fade, 0 ownership range. All right. Spieth at Augusta is a lock, right? You say, but it doesn't matter. Crazy things happen at that sort of ownership. You take the leverage all day. So I'm going to play Spieth this week at an elevated price tag at a lower ownership. We haven't projected at 17 right now. I think that number is going to be probably closer to like 13, 12. So for me, I'm going to play some Spieth. I'm going to get him at like 25, 26. I'm going to get some double the field leverage on him at a course that he's crushed, right? 30th year in 2019, and he was playing like garbage, right? Hurt, 2nd and 15, 10th and 14th. Missed the cut in 2013 when he's really just kind of starting off. But yeah, I'm so high on Spieth this week, and I love the idea of him playing well this week and then fading him next week. What I don't want to happen here is I don't want Spieth to win, because DFS golf is funny, right? If you win the next week, people are like, oh shit, I ain't playing you, right? And it makes sense, but again, like, I don't want him to win. I want him to be super high owned at Augusta so that I can play everybody else. I can play Xander in that range. I can play a super low owned John Ram, because his wife's due that week. Coming from somebody that, has had a couple of kids, unless she's scheduled for an induction or a C-section, most first-time moms are going to go later, right? So everybody's going to be worried about Ram having to leave. We get some massive leverage on the field on John Ram next week. But that's for next week's spot. And by the way, we will have Masters content out this week. All right. We are getting the research station set up and we are ready to roll. So my idea, I'm playing Spieth this week. I will have probably double the field here, or I'm going to try to, right? We do our best to guess the ownership. And then I'm looking at a fade next week. Forethought number 2. The general consensus and what I'm seeing is that there is going to be very, very balanced builds this week. All right. And you look at that 9K range, Abraham Answer, chalk. Corey Connors, chalk. Ryan Palmer, chalk. Cam Tringali, chalk. Charlie Hoffman, chalk. Brendan Steele, chalk. All these guys are going to be pushing 20-ish% owned. Now, I don't think that they're all going to maybe end up that way, but that's what the projections look at right now. I really think that you need to pick one and ride your horse to him. For me, this week, that's going to be Ryan Palmer. I am so high on Ryan Palmer. Watching him battle out with John Ram at the Dell match play looked great. But you know what you really could do is just take this 9K range and say, see ya, be underweight on all of them, and then hammer time some of this 8K range, especially the guys that are going to be lower owned. And unfortunately, one of those guys is Ricky Fowler, and it's scary to play him, but things are kind of trended in the right direction. He was 17th here in 2019. Like, it could happen. The other guy I really love in this range, Keegan Bradley. But I really think that you need to don't eat all of the chalk. You can eat some, but don't eat all of it. Choose one guy like Palmer, Tringali, and play or double the field. Or you know what you can do, and this is what I do all the time, guys, is I play a guy like Corey Connors. Everybody's going to play Corey Connors here. He won here in 2019. He's playing well. Play him in cash. He doesn't hurt you if he does bad. If he does great, you're fine, right? You should be covering your GPP entries in cash anyways, so play him in cash, all right? If you play him in cash, if he bombs out in GPP, you're in great shape. Like, I'll have 5% Corey Connors in GPP, maybe even less, right? But I'll have 100% of him in cash. So my cash line covers my GPP, and if he does bad in cash, it doesn't matter. He's gonna be 50% owned. I'll be fine. I'll still hit the cash line, right? But if he bombs out and then in the GBP and I have none, ooh, baby, I'm looking at some leverage on the field. So pick one of those, fade the rest. All right. Somehow turned up a timer on here. All right. Long par fours are key. All right. And the reason that long par four scoring is going to be key this week is twofold. All right. We have 4 long par fours. All right. And on a long par four, we're talking over 450 yards. That is a hole that is going to require a very, very long iron into it. All right. So guys that score well on these holes are either A, really long off the tee, or B, really good with their long irons. All right. So these long irons into these holes is really important for not just these holes, but the long par fives as well. These are some of the hardest to hit greens on tour on these long par fives. So going forward in 2, is really, really difficult to do. The average, like 20% of the guys who go, something like 20% of the guys that go for it in two on a normal event make it, right? Or land it on the green, 80% miss. But on this, it's more like 9%. So if you are able to be really, really good with your long irons, you get a huge advantage on the field. So long par 5 scoring or par 4 scoring is huge. In our research station, we are able to break this down. I got the top 10 here. What you want to do, though, is look at the long par 4, then see how it correlates with the long par 5. I can't give you all the goods here. You got to join Up North, 10% off VIP membership. But there's some good names on here. Will Gordon's guy I'm super high on this week at 6,800. Brant Snedeker, intriguing name. All right, he's got great around the green game, which is really important here. But yeah, Hideki. Nobody's going to play Hideki. I love Hideki as a leverage play in GBP. He looked terrible at the match play, but came out and absolutely dusted Patrick Cantlay in round 3. So maybe he's riding a little bit of momentum. Redmond, if he can ever figure it out, will be great. One of those sub 9K guys that I love. Si Woo Kim loves this course, plays well here. He's been playing pretty consistently. Hey, Ricky Fowler, Finau, Higgs, Scheffler. Can you ride the momentum? If you want to know what I think about Scotty Scheffler, better check out our cheat sheets, right? But the only way you can do that is if you are a VIP member, and Benny On, who's been working with Brad Faxon to figure out that putter, which I'm excited about for him. And finally, I think my forethought number 4 is that GPPs are going to be won and lost in this sub 7K range. How you play this range this week is going to be vitally important. There's a couple of you guys here that I love. There's a couple of chalk guys that I hate. But again, I can't give you all the goods here, right? But I really think that the key this week is going to be the sub 7K and kind of that like 7-1, 7-2, 7-3K. There's a lot of names in there that guys are going to be, or they're going to be very popular, that are very viable and live to win this tournament. But you got to become a VIP to find out what I think there. So again, we have the PGA weekly packages. That's $9.99 a week, $29.99 a month, or $300 a year. But what you want to do is the Big Dogs VIP, $19.99 a week, $69.99 a month. The VIP membership that gets you access to everything. You don't just get the cheat sheets. You get for PGA, you get NFL, you get MLB, you get NBA, you get everything. All right, and that is what you want to sign up for. You can use that code Up North for 10% off for life. Again, I went a little long this week. I try to keep these under 10 minutes because I know that you guys are busy. I'm busy too. I can't listen to an hour and a half podcast, but hopefully I gave you guys some insight this week to how to take down some GPPs. And if you want more, you got to join the big boys here at DFS Army. All right, cheers, guys. Thanks.